All right. Thank you guys, everyone, for joining today's webinar. Today's webinar is hosted by us, Shoppable, and what we'll be doing today is giving a quick demo and explanation of Shoppable's two main products. So just to introduce myself, my name is Holly Bonney, and I am the Director of Sales and Partnerships here at Shoppable. And I'm also joined by our Chief Product and Technology Officer, Ratna. Ratna, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. My name is Ratna Kosanam. I'm the Chief Product and Technology Officer at Shoppable, and I'll be continuously leading the product and technology side of it for our two main products, which are ShopBack and Sags, and ensuring a best user experience and best from the e-commerce perspective.
Thanks, Ratna. And, as Ratna said, we do have two main products here at Shoppable that you'll be getting to see today. The first is what we like to call our Shop Pack, and it is built and designed to power e-commerce brand sites. So what you'll be seeing first is Greenies.com, which is a pet food brand that is owned by Mars. So we'll start with that, and then we'll move on to what we like to call the Shoppable Ad Experience, which is a product that was built to promote and power e-commerce within social experiences, programmatic media, essentially any type of media experience we're able to power. So let's get started with our first demo of Greenies.com. So by nature, CPG sites are a big spot for Shoppable because they don't currently hold any of their own inventory. And for them, that was great. 10 years ago, 20 years ago, e-commerce wasn't in the place that it is today. But now consumers are eager to get to their brand sites and purchase right there at that moment. So by nature, CPG sites have always had to redirect to their retailer partners. Shoppable is tackling this through our multi-retailer checkout and what we call Shop Pack. So when you go to greenies.com and you start looking through what works for you and for your pet, say we're going to get the Greenies Pill Pocket treats. Now, by nature, if you would go to a site that isn't powered by Shoppable, this Shop Now button would essentially be a where to buy functionality. So when you click it, it might tell you that you're able to purchase those products at, Petco or Walmart or Target or whatever retail partners that brand has. But with Shoppable, we're actually creating an add to bag button or a buy now button. So when the consumer hits this add to bag button, this is when the technology starts to interact with Shoppable's APIs. So they hit this add to bag and a light box pops up with all of their options. All the consumer has to do is choose which retailer they want to purchase it from. If there is a price difference, it'll show. So at Petco right now, it is $7.98. And at Walmart, same price. So for the consumer, all they have to do is choose their retailer and their quantity. And if there's any difference in size, we can include that as well. And then they're going to hit add to bag. That product is going to live on in a bag that stays right here on the website. No redirect. It's happening right here. So the whole point of when you get your consumer to your website is you don't want them to leave. You want them to continue to purchase your products. Because if you send them away, it really does become a black box. Did they purchase anything? Did they bounce right off the page? Or even worse, did they go to the retail partner and potentially purchase a competitor's product because it was on sale or it was 30 cents cheaper? By keeping them on the site, you can guarantee that they're going to purchase your products and know exactly what they're going to purchase. Now, they're still here on the site, so it makes sense. Why don't we buy more? We're here. We're going to have it shipped to us. Let's continue shopping. So we first started with the chicken flavored pill pockets, and maybe our pups also like peanut butter flavored. So we're going to hit shop now, and it's the exact same experience. Now, I think it's important to note that most consumers do choose the same retailer when they're shopping on a brand site. Consumers are pretty smart. They understand that if they buy from a single retailer, they're going to hit free shipping minimums, or they're going to, get a single package delivered to their home. But for the sake of the technology in this demo, I'd love to show how we are able to do multiple products from multiple retailers. So the previous product we chose from Walmart, and this product we're going to choose from Petco. Now, another thing to note is that you'll notice that in the first product, Target wasn't an option. We were only able to choose Petco, Walmart, Amazon, or Chewy. The reason that you're seeing Target in the availability right now is because this product is in stock at Target and it wasn't in stock. The other product was not in stock. So it's important to note that Shoppable's constantly running those feeds and getting that data to ensure that your consumer isn't trying to buy a product from a retailer that's currently out of stock. So again, you just choose your retailer, your quantity, and your size, and you're going to add it to bag. So when the consumer's done shopping, they're able to, again, see their mini cart, as well as view their bag. When they go to view their bag, this is their first interaction with the overall order as a whole. So they're able to see, okay, I purchased the chicken flavor from Walmart and I purchased the peanut butter from Petco. They'll be able to see their quantity, and if they decide they wanted to pick up a couple of extra, they're able to change those as well. But ultimately, the hugest difference between Shoppable and anyone else in the market is we're eliminating that redirect. So when the consumer goes to checkout, they're landed on the Greenies checkout page. Now, it's important to note as well, this portion up here is Greenies site. This portion down here, as well as Greenies site. Everything here in the middle really is a part of Shoppable's hosted checkout experience. So what does that mean? Shoppable's hosted checkout experience is actually an iframe that lives on the brand's site. The reason for this is that many CPGs, as well as just e-commerce companies in general that aren't holding their own inventory, have never had to deal with PCI compliance in the past. And, in turn, they don't want to deal with it in the future. Shoppable is PCI compliant. We go through a third-party security audit every year and ensure that we're taking all the right steps to hold that PCI compliance for ourselves as well as for our clients. Now, when the consumer comes to this page, technically they're entering their information onto Shoppable's domain. Because of that, our PCI compliance is going to act as an umbrella for our clients and their brands. So from a consumer standpoint, all they have to do is enter their credit card or their shipping information, as well as their credit card information. In addition to the information of their own personal information, they'll also get a recap of everything that's going on in their bag. So again, they'll see that they're purchasing each product, one from Walmart, one from Petco. They'll also make sure that it's in stock for any reason to be concerned with that, as well as any shipping that they could potentially hit if they add additional products. Another thing to note is that Shoppable is both GDPR and CCPA compliant, so the consumer does have the opportunity to log in or to opt in to any email communication. The really great piece of this is that now you can use this information to retarget them, to send them coupons, to send them offers. All of that information can be uploaded into your CRM system to use to your benefit. Once everything is all together, all the consumer has to do is hit place order. They'll get the thank you page. And from this point, Shoppable will then ingest the information, break it apart if necessary, and place the order with the retailer on the back end. From that point, the retailer will receive the information and they'll ship, they'll fulfill it, and they'll handle everything from that point forward, just as if the consumer had placed that order on the retailer's site themselves. Now, obviously, it's a really great user experience for your consumer. It's quick, it's easy, there's no redirect, it's not broken. But in addition to really having a great experience for the consumer, the brand reaps a lot of benefits from this product as well. Because Shoppable is hosting the entire transaction, we're able to give our brands full visibility into the sales funnel. So we're able to tell you where that consumer started, what they purchased, what were their top retailers, what were their top products. And then in addition to that, again, we're able to upload that information into all of the PII information into your CRM. So it really is a holistic approach to the e-commerce experience. Sometimes we like to consider the experience D2C light. While the consumer is getting that on-site experience, it's not broken, and the brand is getting all of the data that comes along with it, they don't have to handle any of the fulfillment or any of the inventory or any of the nuances that go along with a full D2C channel. So we kind of find a nice spot in the middle and give our consumers or give our clients the best option possible to kind of decide what works for them moving forward. Now, I'd love to stop here and answer any questions that anybody who is currently in attendance has. So feel free to use the chat at the bottom of the screen to submit any questions that you all have. All right, I do see a question from Sarah asking about what the functionality looks like on mobile and if it's compatible with social media pages. So actually the next demo that we're doing for the shoppable ad experience is set to a mobile experience. And we can definitely show you how the product is compatible on both mobile as well as desktop. It's also responsive to tablets, things like that. So it does have the opportunity to work across all devices as well as all channels. I see another one. Oh, great. So we have another question about the implementation time. So Shoppable is constantly working to make this product as easy to implement as possible. And we'd say on average, it's usually about 14 to 30 days, depending on the amount of support you have on your end. It is a fully integrated solution, so there is some work involved on the client's end for that implementation, but we'd say on average, it's about 30 days to get it up and moving. Any other questions on the Shop Pack experience? Oh, perfect. How much of the PII data is available for us to use? So the really great thing about this is that all of the PII data is available to our consumers, or to our clients, so long as the consumer opts in. So we obviously are taking GDPR and CCPA very seriously. We make sure that we keep all of our technology in compliance with that. However, as long as your consumer opts in, you're able to get their name, their email, their shipping address, and their phone number, which are the 4 fields that are on the checkout page. A lot of our clients, they will use our order API to automatically make a pull and upload that into their CRM, whether that's Salesforce or HubSpot, Zendesk, whatever it might be. So then that way their marketing teams have it readily available to them to send out on whatever cadence makes the most sense for them. Another really cool thing about this technology is that for anyone that does opt into that information, we can send abandoned cart emails. So, everyone gets busy. Everyone, has things going on. We're all working from home now and, kids are crying, dogs are barking. So if for some reason the consumer opts into that information but doesn't end up getting a chance to check out, we can send an email within the first 15 minutes of them leaving the page. Hey, you forgot to check out. You forgot these items in your cart. Come on back and purchase them. And Shoppable on average sees about a 70% return rate from those abandoned cart emails to come back to the site, and then a 50% rate of actually checking out. Great. So another question, are there other ways Shoppable can work if I'm not the company who makes the product? 100%. So fun plug, we'll actually be doing another webinar in a few weeks that actually really tailors to publishers specifically. The multi-retailer checkout technology is really great for the publishing space. So we all know how standard affiliate marketing works. I go to a website, I get recommendations, or I see the hottest deals for summer or whatever it might be, and I click on that and redirect to a retailer's website to finish the checkout. Affiliate marketing, wherever I started, they get a nice little piece of that revenue and can really begin to start a revenue channel around those referrals. So there's a lot of different things that can actually happen from the time the consumer hits that that redirect button to the time they check out. And a lot of times publishers or people that are trying to create recommendation engines, they miss out on the revenue because someone else comes in and scoops up that referral code. Maybe it's a coupon site, or you know I've seen pop-ups come up that somehow manage to gain that cookie. With Shoppable, we're able to take that affiliate marketing channel and put it onto the site and not require the redirect in the same way that you just saw. So again, same concept as CPGs. Even though they're not your product, you're able to keep that consumer on the site. You're able to host the transactions, get all the benefits, as well as earn that affiliate revenue that you were getting originally. Any other questions on that? Good. Hopefully it means I explained it really well. Now we do have a little bit of extra time that I personally allotted for the brand site. I'll give it just a couple more seconds for any other questions. But from that point, I will move on to the shoppable ad experience. Great. So let me share my screen again. And this time, what you should be seeing is the shoppable Instagram. If someone could just pop in the chat that they actually see it, want to make sure I have everyone seeing the screen. Perfect. So the shoppable ad experience is actually a product that just started in 2019. Just some background for everyone on the call. Shoppable has been around since 2011, and the brand site product had really been our bread and butter. We power e-commerce across publishers and CPGs and fashion apps and again recommendation engines. But as we all know, social media and media in general is just exploding. And the need to capture your consumer at that point of inspiration is higher than ever. I think everybody right now is spending a lot more time on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok. So we really saw a need to create a product that would support the need to kind of capture those consumers at that point of inspiration. And what we came up with is the shoppable ad experience. So just, right today, you're going to see it attached to Instagram, but I'm going to need everyone to use their imaginations just a little bit and really understand that this product at its core is a URL-based solution. So what that means is that this product could essentially be attached to any form of media that accepts a URL. So that could be social media, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. We actually have a partnership with Pinterest that I hope some of you were able to catch our last event on and the ways that we work with them. But it works outside of social media as well. You can attach it to, YouTube or programmatic or banner ads. Essentially, it can work anywhere that will take the URL. So imagine today we're cruising on Instagram and Shoppable is a super cool influencer, and we check out their Instagram story. Sorry about that. So what we see on their Instagram story is a, shop the look. They're promoting, for anyone to, purchase the products that it takes to build this beautiful makeup look. So again, we want to use our imagination a little bit, and without Shoppable, what could happen at this point is that we could redirect the consumer to, Walmart or Sephora or Target or even a direct to consumer website that hosts these products. But A big challenge in the media space is understanding closed loop transaction. Again, you put all this, you send someone away to a retailer site, it starts to become a black box. Well, unlike your website, you're putting a lot of money in your media dollars. So understanding that closed loop transaction has gotten even more important. That's the first thing. The second is think about someone's face and the makeup that they put on. I highly doubt that one product is going to get you the look that you're looking for when you see this influencer's page. So when you redirect to a product description page, yes, that works, but you're only going to be able to redirect them to one product description page. So let's envision that's foundation. Now your consumer has to go back into that website, and maybe they have to search for the blush, and then they have to add that to the cart, and then they have to go back and search for the bronzer and the mascara and the lips. And next thing you know, it takes them 35 minutes to end up purchasing this look that they were originally inspired to purchase. That isn't exactly the best user experience, and it probably doesn't create the best chance of conversion for all of those products. So Shoppable, what we're going to do is when we swipe up, or when our consumer swipes up, they're going to land on this branded page. Shoppable is essentially going to create this page for all of our clients from the ground up. Now, I know I mentioned that the brand site product, it does require a little bit of work on the client side, development work, things like that. For this product, it is completely plug and play. Shoppable builds this for you, and there's no development resources needed from our clients. So we're going to build the page. We're going to put your branding on it. We're going to make sure that everything looks great and the consumer feels like they're shopping directly from the brand. Now, again, we're not going to redirect them to just one single product description page. We're going to have all of the products that we're hoping to purchase right here on the screen. All the consumer has to do is click it, add it to cart, and it's right there in front of them. Now, another thing that's really cool about the experience, I'm going to back it up just a little bit, is that I'm sure you noticed the first time around, they're still going to have the opportunity to choose their retailer. If there's a price difference, just like the brand site, we are going to show it to them. But we have logic built into this product that actually allows for us to highlight the quickest path to purchase. So you'll see Walgreens and Walmart for this purchase in particular was cheaper, and maybe their price, their shipping minimums are better. So we're going to give the consumer the option that is the easiest for them. Another really cool thing about the experience is that we're going to send this pop-up to also gain additional CRM first-party data. So imagine if they don't check out. With this pop-up, we're actually still going to be able to allow our clients to retarget them, to remarket them, and to get them into their CRM data. Now, I know I talked a lot, so what I want to do is just back it up from the beginning and allow everyone to kind of see it without me chatting my way through it. Great. So now the consumer has chosen what they want to purchase, and all they have to do is scroll down and enter their information. You'll notice mine was already here because our product is also compatible with the device. So if they've ever been on a shoppable page before, it preloads and they don't have to enter their information in again. Same concept, keep me in the loop, make sure that we're able to remarket them, retarget them. But then all they have to do is put their information or their credit card information in. Nice and quick. I feel like I know my credit card numbers like the back of my hand. But then lastly, again, same as the brand.com site, they'll get a nice little recap of their order. We'll process it. And they're back to exactly where they began. They can continue to scroll through Instagram or whatever, whatever platform they were originally on. Now, same concept as the brand site, we're able to provide all of that data back to our clients. So full visibility of the sales funnel, but I actually think that full visibility of your sales funnel when it comes to media spend is even more important. I mentioned earlier with media, you have a lot of money behind it. So Shoppable is actually able to tell you, okay, you know what? We spent X amount of dollars on Pinterest and it actually generated X amount of revenue. We spent Y amount on Instagram and it led to Y amount of revenue. So we're really able to map that back to where it came from and really help our brands optimize their media spend. Now, I actually am super excited that we have a couple of more questions. So the first one is, does this work for programmatic ads and video and also video? Yes. So this technology is actually it's compatible with every platform, every type of ad. Essentially, the only requirement needed to power this product is that the experience will actually accept a URL. So if there's on Instagram stories, if there's a swipe up to purchase now, we put our URL in. If you're doing more organic Instagram posts, all you have to do is hit swipe up or hit shop now, and it'll open up the experience. So I think that's one thing to really keep in mind, that no matter where you're looking to put the shoppable ad experience, so long as it takes that URL, we can power it. Next question, do I need to be an affiliate with the brand in this case? No, not necessarily. If you're able to power an experience or to host the product, so if you're a publisher, or maybe you have your own e-commerce store where you aren't holding your inventory, you're using your marketing skills to get other people to purchase the products, 100% we can power that. It doesn't necessarily have to be your product or your brand to facilitate the purchase. I had a call yesterday with another publishing company that they're interested in using Shoppable's technology as an opportunity for upsell for their cases. So publishers, they're selling media space. With Shoppable, you can actually add that shoppable component and bring additional value to your advertisers and really understand, or really be able to give them that understanding back of how your advertising space and your media space is performing. Another question is, are there any potential challenges I should be aware of? Not really. I think that, again, it is a plug and play solution. So that's really great. There's no need to have any developers involved or any additional resources. One thing that I think we can be really open and honest about right now is, with everything going on, retailers are definitely facing stock challenges. Things, Cottonelle or, other toilet paper companies, they can't keep their product on the shelves. They can't keep them in the warehouse. So I guess that is something that you could consider a challenge. But part of Shoppable's job is we're here to help you navigate that. Our retail partners, we're constantly in contact with them and making sure that we have as best of an understanding of where things stand with them as possible. So we help to navigate those and ensure that, hey, if there are stock issues or we are seeing challenges with the availability of products, maybe we can navigate or use another avenue or another product, another campaign. Another question was, do you have a list of e-retailers with whom your product is comparable or compatible? Um, Whoever sent that, I might need a little bit of a clarification. Compatible or comparable? I guess I can answer both. So compatible, yes. So we maintain our relationships with our e-retail partners. We don't tend to give a full comprehensive list, but what I can say is that we do work very heavily in the big box space. So to give you some examples of the brands or the e-retailers that we do work with, Walmart, Target, Walgreens, Rite Aid, um, you know, Best Buy, Home Depot, the big box ones are really where our bread and butter is. But we also have integrations with really small retailers as well. Couple things that we're really excited about in 2020 is that we actually have finished up both our Shopify and our big commerce integrations. So what that means is that if you're looking to have a Shopify or big commerce merchant um, available within your experience, for the retailer, all they have to do is download a quick plugin that Shoppable is able to give them, and then all of their information that's needed to facilitate that checkout is available. So making things really easy, really quick, and really finding out ways to expand our inventory and our retail partners. Another great question. How does Shoppable get paid? So Shoppable is a SaaS company. So for our merchant partners, there's no fee to be a part of the program, but we make our money based on licensing our technology to the brands, to the retailers, to the publishers. Um, so we welcome as many retail partners as possible, and then me as the director of sales and partnerships, it's my job to go after those clients and bring them on to license our technology. Couple more. Is this an IG product only, or can this work for in-feed social posts as well? 100% can work for both. It can be in feed on Instagram. It can be in feed in Facebook. Can be in feed in Pinterest. I think the differentiator there actually lies with the actual social platform. I think like me as an individual on Instagram, I couldn't start promoting products because I'm not a business, or I only have 800 followers. So I do think that the platform itself does have restrictions around who can create in feed posts. But as long as the brand or publisher has that availability and they're able to put those URLs in, Shoppable can 100% support it. I'm so excited. There's so many questions. This is always great to have people engaged. So the next question is, what do timelines look like from when we give you the products to feature to when the link will be live? So it's about a 4-week lead time, and that's broken apart into 3 major parts. So what happens is when we bring you on board, we start with a tech and product kickoff. We lay everything out. We let you know the deliverables that we need to make this possible. We give you all the templates that you need to get started. So once Shoppable has those deliverables, we start our build. So again, this is a completely plug and play product, which is great. But that also means that Shoppable does need the time to do the build on our end. So it's about a 2-week build time. And then after that 2 weeks, we send you the staging links for the client to go over, make sure all the products are there, make sure that all of those products have good stock status and they have good retailer coverage, make sure everything looks good, it functions good. If there's anything that needs changed or tweaked, you send us back that feedback, and then we take the 4th week to do all the final edits and get our clients the live links from there. So 3 major parts of a 4-week timeline from the point that our client gives us the deliverables. Next one is, can you share specifics of the analytics/data that you can share back? Yeah, absolutely. So with that in mind, and I'm happy to get back to some additional questions after, but I think it's great to show everyone here a little sneak peek of the dashboard that you guys will get access to. So along with the product itself and the functionality and the data that we can give back, Shoppable also has a really great 24/7 access data dashboard. So this is just a screen grab with some really big dummy data, but just to kind of give everyone an idea of what it'll look like, this is it. So just to kind of highlight the types of things that we are able to let you know. So what was your revenue for any given period of time? Did it go up? Did it go down? How many orders? What was the average basket size? What's your actual order conversion rate? I think the important thing to notice about this, especially for anyone who isn't holding their own inventory, this doesn't mean, how many people had the intent to purchase or how many people linked off to where they could purchase. Like, that's great to know. And we can definitely tell you that, but Shoppable is going to be able to tell you who actually purchased your product, who put their credit card information in and spent their money. Did that go up? Did that go down? And then we're going to drill down too on, who are your top retailers? What are your top products? Even things like what's your top state? Are we investing a ton of money in the Northeast, but seeing our best return in the Southwest? We're going to be able to give you all that data and all of those analytics to ensure that you are optimizing your marketing spend in the best way possible. And then we're going to let you know about the user journey. At what point did we see a spike and at what point did we see things go down? Of everyone that added one product to cart, who actually purchased it? So by giving you access to the dashboard and really allowing the brand to kind of dig into their user behavior, they're going to have such a better idea of who their consumer is, how they shop, what they're doing, and really be able to take that, that valuable data and turn it back into savings in other areas. Any other specific questions on the data while I have this one up? Let's give it a couple extra seconds, make sure everyone's data questions are answered, because in full candor, this is probably Shoppable's biggest selling point. Being able to understand performance and behavior. It's something that a lot of vendors just aren't able to give you access to, and something that I get super excited when I talk about to our potential clients. So if anyone does have additional questions that are a little bit more in depth on the data after this call, feel free to shoot me an email. It's really easy, Holly@Shoppable.com. I'm always happy to continue the conversation. Cool. So then moving into just a few other questions that came through. Are we operating in Europe? So the Shoppable ad experience is not currently live in Europe. We're making sure that we're approaching the European expansion very slowly, just because there is media dollars attached to it. So want to make sure we get that 100% right before we open the ad experience up to the European market. However, the brand site is 100% available in Europe, and happy to discuss that further if there's specific questions on that. And then how many products can be featured in one link? What is the recommended number? So essentially, a ton of products can be featured on a link, but I'm actually going to revert to Ratna, who is our product expert, and I think that this is something really important for her to speak to on why we recommend certain numbers and why others perform best. Ratna, do you want to take that one over?
Sure, definitely. Thanks, Sarah, for your question. So we can have certain landing pages. So for example, if we take one landing page for one campaign, so it's recommended to have around 6 to 8 products because it's a swipeable experience, and we are pre-selecting added to bag experience as well for the user. So to have that big image and that visibility of a great shopping experience, it's recommended to have for campaign for link around 6 to 8 products.
Great. And another thing to consider too is, kind of going back to my recommendation around, shop the look. We want to make sure that we're giving the consumer enough products that we're covering everything that's covered in the ad, but not too many products that they're like, whoa, is this a shopping cart? Is this a full shopping page? So as Ratna said, the 6 to 8 is kind of that recommended sweet spot. And I'm just double checking to see if there are. Oh, another one. Can you choose package sizes in the experience? Yes. So we understand that big brands, they might need 30 mini sites purchased because they have so much media running, and it would seem silly to power a toilet paper ad with dog food, or we understand that we have to make sure that these URL links that we're providing to them match what's going on in the experience. So we do have tier pricing available for our clients and packages to ensure that if you only need 5 landing pages, or maybe you need 10, or maybe you need 30, there's definitely some flexibility on those packages and what fits our clients' needs the best. And I believe that I have reached the end of the questions. I know this webinar was supposed to be for an hour, so if there's anything that anyone would like me to run back through, or run through another demo, please let us know in the comments, and I'm happy to. Ratna, is there anything else that you'd kind of like to touch on the things that we went over?
No, I think this was really great. This was a really great overview of all the products, and showcasing how seamless our experience is. And another thing to note is that most of our product and experience is around like three to 4 clicks, from point to add to cart, from checkout to place your order. So it's super like seamless and fast as well. So it's one of the great things too for our products.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that, ultimately what Shoppable's goal is to really allow our clients to reach their consumers at the point of inspiration. I think that it's so easy now to lose consumers because it's not easy. It's not seamless. There are platforms out there that are opening their own native checkouts. And I think that that's something super important to think about as we move forward. If everyone else is making it easy, it's going to start to become the standard, and we really want to make sure that we're supporting that. Oh, and one really great question that just kind of came up that I'd love to touch on with our time is, do you have any success stories? I don't want to speak to any specific brands or their own success stories, but one thing that I do want to note is that in the last, not even the last 6 weeks, but since the beginning of the year, Shoppable as a whole has seen an upward trend in our average conversion rate. I know conversion rate for CPGs can be tough, and they're hard to gauge in the first place because the retailers don't give them that data back. So speaking specifically to the CPG space, we've seen upwards of a 2.5% conversion rate across all of our clients. Some have, we have one brand that is, they're new, and in their first, I want to say their first 8 weeks, they were seeing upwards of a 5 to 6% conversion rate, which, that's wild. That is crazy. And it is such good news. But, to see an average of about a 2.5% conversion rate is, it's above the industry standard. We're super excited about it. And we really want to make sure that we're making that the norm for all of our clients. And then we did have one final question come in around how the licensing fees work. I'd love to take that offline and go a little bit deeper after the call. But yes, for the most part, for the whole part, our licensing fees are SaaS, so they're flat fees. They don't operate on a CPM or a CPC. We want to encourage our clients to use our technology across as much media and as much and hit as many consumers as possible. So the flat fee structure is the way that we've tailored it for both media and brand.com. Great. So I do think that I have hit all of the questions, and I hope that this was informative for everyone. It's new for us. Shoppable has just started making sure that we're doing these webinars and getting in front of as many people as possible. So, I encourage everyone to join in the future, as well as, reach out to me personally. I'm happy to run through more tailored demos to brands brands particularly, excuse me. But everyone on this list will definitely be invited to our future webinars. We're going to tailor some, again, more to publishing or more to other spaces. We'll be talking about the different data that we can provide and what we're seeing as a whole, hoping to bring in some of our clients. So, as we continue on this webinar series for 2020, we encourage everyone to partake in as much as they can. And we're going to keep them under the hour mark to ensure that you guys have lots of time in your day to get other work done. But we really appreciate you guys spending this portion of your afternoon with us. And we are really excited to talk to some of you all personally and see what other opportunities are out there. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, everyone.